Thank you for clicking on this bonus video from Rank the Movies. I just got done watching the new Disney Plus movie, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. And I'm gonna review it because it's a new movie. It just came out today. I was a fan of Rescue Rangers when I was a kid. I watched it. It wasn't my favorite Disney show. That would go to Goof Troop. I liked more, and I mean they were all good. Goof Troop, Ducktales, Rescue Rangers. They were all really good shows. I enjoyed them all. Gummy Bears to a point that was kind of a little before my time watching Disney animated. My favorite was Darkwing Duck. But that's not what they came out with. They came out with Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. I wasn't interested in this movie when I first heard that they were making a Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers movie. It wasn't until I actually saw a trailer for it that made me go, man, I want to watch this. Because the movie is, basically it's saying that Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers was a TV show. And now it's Chip 'n Dale in the present. Dale has became a 3D character through surgery, and they broke up after the end of the show because Dale wanted to do a solo project, and now they're being brought together because Monterey Jack has been kidnapped. Monterey Jack was a member of the Rescue Rangers, and they come back together to rescue him. I really enjoyed it. It was a really fun hour and 40 minutes. I thought it was very well paced. I thought Andy Samberg and I can't. All I got is his big mouth character's name. But I know it's Andrew. I'm pretty sure his first name is actually Andrew. I can't think of his last name now. All I got is the big, because I just finished rewatching Big Mouth yesterday, and hearing his voice now coming out of Chip was weird. They do actually bring back the original voice actors from Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers to voice Chip 'n Dale, but only for very specific scenes, because you find out the Chip 'n Dale's voices from the TV show were voices they were putting on. Those weren't their actual voices. Those were like accents that they were doing. So, I mean, it's enjoyable. I liked it. I loved. I don't know how much Disney just spent on rights for this movie, because I swear there were DreamWorks characters in this thing, and I know Disney does not currently own DreamWorks. I don't think DreamWorks was owned by 20th Century Fox. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. They mentioned Shrek. Every character Seth Rogen has ever voiced in an animated film shows up. So you've got Pumbaa from the live-action Lion King, the cricket he plays in Kung Fu Panda, and Blob from Monsters vs. Aliens all show up to yell at Seth Rogen's character he's voicing in this one, which is kind of like a World of Warcraft kind of dwarf, who they say has Polar Express eyes. He's got dead Polar Express eyes. It's got some really good jokes. The acting is really good. I do think some of the CG, some of the animation, like, it's not as clean. Like, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot at the beginning, because although they very much want this to be the next Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you might not have, like, really compared it, except literally in the first 5 minutes of the movie, they're hanging out with Roger Rabbit. So it immediately puts that into your head that this is the next Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I just don't think the animation is done as smoothly. Does it detract? I still really enjoyed it. I still liked the movie, the characters, so I wasn't pulled away just because, like, some of the cell shading and some of the other animation styles, because they have a lot. They have traditional animation. They have 3D animation. One of the characters is claymation, or at least is meant to look claymation. I'm pretty sure he's CG, but he's meant to look claymated. You have older style Disney. You have a more modern Disney look. So you get this kind of weird connection. They also have Muppets. Disney owns the Muppets. Like, that's when they actually own. But I think because it's a character who's working with the villains, They wanted to heavily imply it's the Swedish Chef without being the Swedish Chef. Like he says some random gibberish words in his dialogue. Um, I just don't think they wanted to use a real Muppets character for someone who's working with the villain. But yeah, overall, it was a fun movie. Again, the license Disney must have paid for this film must have been astronomical. There are Netflix characters in this movie. One of the Big Mouth characters is a background character. There's somebody cosplaying as Ash in one scene. So that's Pokemon. Like, I don't know if there was fair usage on some, like the Big Mouth character. That was straight up. They had to have paid somebody, or maybe because one of the creators of Big Mouth voices Chip. Maybe that's how they got around that one. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, you see Voltron in this thing. Yeah, the background is just nuts. They have ugly Sonic, like that original Sonic design that everybody hated. That's a character in this movie. I'm not 100% sure who owns Sonic. Um, Again, I don't think it's Disney. I don't think those are Disney movies. So that was the other thing. Like I kept going, is that Disney? Is that a Disney character? Like they mentioned Shrek. I see Blob from Monsters versus Aliens. I see a Kung Fu Panda character. DreamWorks. I don't think DreamWorks was owned by Fox. I think DreamWorks is its own company. Because that's Spielberg. Did he work with Fox mainly? I guess he did. I don't know. Is DreamWorks? I don't think DreamWorks. Now I kind of want to find a DreamWorks movie and see. You know what? I'm gonna investigate. I got Shrek just behind me, so bear with me if you're watching this review. This might be the weirdest thing ever. Universal. Universal releases DreamWorks. Okay. So yeah, they had to have made negotiations with a lot of people to fill out this world. I'm not surprised there aren't any Looney Tunes because they weren't getting those because they wanted to use Disney characters in Space Jam as kind of like because Who Framed Roger Rabbit's a Disney movie, but Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers allowed the Looney Tunes to be in that movie with a lot of very strict things, but they didn't. But when they were doing Space Jam, they wanted to put a couple Disney characters in the audience for the final basketball game, and Disney said no. So I'm not surprised they didn't have any Looney Tunes characters. Oddly enough, there weren't a lot of like straight up clear Disney characters. I saw Pete from Pete, the antagonist of a lot of Goofy and Mickey Mouse stuff. He's in it. It's weird because everyone's supposed to be getting bootlegged, and then Pete just shows up in this scene of bootlegged, of bootlegged movies. Pete's just there, and he doesn't look any different. He just looks like Pete, and he has Pete's voice, which should have clued me in to. This was a great movie. My favorite part was the ending. The very ending of this movie was my favorite part, and the fact Pete was in it should have clued me into that. But yeah, there isn't a lot of like real definite Disney characters in this movie, which is weird because you would think Disney Animation would just let a bunch of their characters in it, but they're not. Overall, it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Darkwing Duck does show up. That is why Pete should have tipped me off because they're voiced by the same actor. Jim Cummings voices both Pete and Darkwing Duck. He shows up at the very end of the movie booing the Rescue Rangers because they got a movie and he doesn't, which I hope means they're giving Darkwing Duck a movie because I would love that. I'd watch the hell out of that movie, and hopefully that means they re-release the full series on like Blu-ray or DVD because right now you can only get like half of it through normal like legal means. You can only get like half the show, and they did release the complete series of Chip and Dale a couple of months ago to coincide with, like, to lead into this movie. But yeah, overall, I liked the movie. If you got Disney Plus, check it out. I'm going to say I didn't spoil anything, because I really didn't. I really didn't get into, like, the beats of this movie, but it is very enjoyable. I really did like it. It's one, if I thought of it, I'd probably watch it again. It's just with streaming movies, it's hard. It's hard for me to go, I really liked that stream. I'm gonna watch that streaming movie. I just never think of them, because I can't. I'm not holding tangible copies of them. It's hard for me to think of them later on when I'm like, what do I want to watch? Because I'm not like, I really don't sit there and go through streaming services and go, oh well, I got to think of a movie, and then I'll look it up. But yeah, I totally recommend it if you have Disney Plus. Check out Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. It was a good time. It was an enjoyable film, and I think they did a great job. And I hope this leads in to a Darkwing Duck, something for Darkwing Duck, maybe something for Tailspin, maybe a DuckTales movie. I know that actually did get a relaunch show. But yeah, maybe some of the other Disney properties from my childhood that were the TV shows can get some love. They don't play the official theme from the TV show, which is basically all animated movies, like movies based on old TV shows. They never play the official theme. They always play like a remix, but this one makes a joke that that's what it is. They're gonna play a remix, even though everybody just wants to hear the original theme. They're gonna play a remix, and so that's a great joke. But yeah, totally check it out. I liked it. I think even if you don't know Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, it's one. It makes it. The plot doesn't require you to know Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers to like it. You can just watch the movie. It explains everything fairly clearly. But yeah, definitely a recommend. Definitely a highly recommend. All right. Thanks for clicking on this bonus video. Next time on the bonus videos, it's gonna be Bob's Burgers. That's next weekend. That's happening. I'm gonna watch that movie. I'm gonna review it. I already bought a poster for it because I found it yesterday, and I bought it. So I haven't hung it up yet. It's just kind of sitting in my living room, waiting for me to hang it up. But I have a Bob's Burgers poster already, so it'll be a good time. But that'll be the next time I do a bonus video. On the main channel, I'm still talking video game movies. I have no idea where I am. I'm in week 3 of video game movies, I think. I could be wrong. I could be talking about something completely different. Well, I'm pretty sure it's video game movies. I'm pretty sure I'm talking video game movies. And that means I would have just talked about Mortal Kombat? I want to say Mortal Kombat was the second one. This one would have been Street Fighter. Street Fighter or Dungeons and Dragons, or Double Dragon. And then the other one is this upcoming Wednesday. I should learn my release schedule. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. Check out Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers on Disney Plus. The show and the movie. Check them both out. I'll talk to you later. Like, comment, subscribe. You know all that. Later.